Hi and welcome to Website Design. In today's lesson we're going to discuss CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets. So we use CSS in conjunction with HTML to style the output of our website. So we actually use CSS, the Cascading Style Sheet, to design and style certain elements or tags in order for them to display in such a way that it looks nice. So we design the CSS in such a way that it makes the website appealing. So that's like the styling of the website. So let's jump into CSS. So we created a basic website in brackets. Brackets is our text editor. In the previous lesson, we created our basic website with a title, my first HTML, and a heading and a paragraph. And this is our basic website, and we could run it and see how it will display in our browser. So we've got heading and paragraph, and our title is there at the top. So that's our basic website. And now we will implement CSS, Cascading Style Sheet, in three different ways. Now we can implement CSS in three ways, and these three ways can be used you can use all three methods on the same HTML. You do not have to do only one. It's just implemented in three different ways. So the first one is inline styling. Okay, so what we do is we style a attribute in HTML elements in line. So we will do the styling of, let's say for instance, this heading 1 in this line. We will do it there. Then we get internal styling. So what internal styling is we create a styling in the head, and it will be implemented in the body. So we will create some styling code here, and it will be linked to certain elements in the body. That's internal styling. And then you get external styling. That will be when we create an external .css file, and we will link the file to this HTML file, and then it will link to certain elements and style certain elements. So in actual fact, it's the same thing, just the CSS code lives in three different places. So let's start with inline styling. Inline styling is actually quite easy. You do the styling in the tag. Okay, so in the open tag, after the H1 or the tag name, after the tag name in the opening tag, we're going to say style. So style is to say it's now going to be CSS, and we're going to say equal, and then what we're going to do is we're going to say color is blue. Oh, just make it small letter blue. You can see the brackets already give us blue there, and semicolon. So this is inline styling. So if we're going to save this and we run this, what you will see is the heading turned to blue. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to now do, this was inline styling, now I'm going to do internal CSS. Now internal CSS will be the following. So in the head tag, what we will do is after the title, I'm going to say style, and then I'm going to close the tag. So I've got a style tag now, and that's like it's kind of like creating a function that will connect to certain styles to the elements. So what we will do is I'm going to create now a style for the paragraph. So I'm going to say P, and then open and close curly brackets, and then what I'm going to say is the color of the paragraph must be red. And now what you will see is I'm going to save this. So I've got my styling tag open, and then I said P becomes color red. So let's run this and see what happens. And now you see the heading is blue, that was with inline, and the paragraph is now red, and this was with internal styling. And then what we can go and do as well is we can go and create a new file, and we can save this file as a style sheet. So let's call it style sheet.css. I'm going to save it on the desktop with my first HTML file. So what you do is, normally it's better to save the style sheet in the same folder as your HTML file. It just makes it easier to reference that style sheet. Okay, so in the style sheet, what we will do is I'm going to now style the body of the HTML. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to say the background color will be equal to powder blue, semicolon. So now I've got a style sheet with a body styling with background color as powder blue. So I'm going to save this, and then you go back to HTML, your HTML file. Now we need to reference this style sheets in order to incorporate this style sheet into this HTML file. And how do we do this? So we use a link tag inside our head tag. So what we do is we say link, and then we're going to say rel equals style sheet. So style sheet, okay, and the reference to the style sheet is in this exact same folder. Okay, it's on the desktop, so we're going to say href, and we do not have to give now folder locations like these. We can just say style sheet, and it picks it up already there, .css, style sheet.css. So now what we do is we've linked now this style sheet to this HTML file, and now the style sheet with the body background color as powder blue will then apply that styling to the body here. So let's see if it will actually do what it's supposed to do, and let's quickly run now. I'm running this, and there you have it, powder blue. So the background color changed to powder blue. So the heading was done with inline styling, the paragraph was styled with internal styling, and the background color was styled with external styling. So you can use any one of these. If you're starting to work on bigger projects with multiple web pages and multiple styles, and you've got a person only working on the CSS file and doing the styling, it's much better to do external styling so that everything will look the same. So if you're doing a big project with multiple websites on multiple pages, and there is a styling designer, a CSS designer, it's much better to use the external styling, because otherwise if you create each page, then you would need to insert every time the internal styling, and in this case we just do the link and it will style all the tags automatically. Great, so that's all from me. This is CSS cascading styling sheet, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.